So to start off this dish, we're going to start by making the filling, which is going to consist of blueberries, cornstarch, sugar, and water. And to start it off, we're going to be taking the cornstarch and the sugar and chunking it together to make sure there are no balls of sugar or cornstarch in the bowl. Then we're going to add the water and blueberries, and then we're going to put it on the stove. When you start cooking it, you're going to want to put it on a high or medium flame, and you're just going to want to stir that for 10 minutes until it starts to get that sort of pinkish and gooey texture. Once it does get to that gooey texture, you're going to want to let that simmer for about 2 to 3 minutes and then take it off the flame and then put it into a separate bowl, which you can either refrigerate or just let sit out. To make the dough for the recipe, you're going to need sugar, salt, flour, butter, vanilla, and 3 eggs. To start off, we're going to mix the salt, the sugar, and the butter together so we get a very thick yellow texture. Then we're going to add in the vanilla and the flour after we blend those. We're going to blend all those ingredients together, and then we should come out with a very thick dough. Once you start placing it in the pan, you make sure you spray it with cooking oil so that it does not stick to the pan after you bake it. We're going to place most of it into the pan, however we're going to set some aside so we can place on the top of the blueberries and once we place those in. Place the blueberries on top of the dough and make sure they're evenly spread and that it covers the entire bottom part of the dough. So now we're just going to take the remainder of the dough and then we're just going to simply pull it and then spread it over the top. We don't want it to cover all of the blueberries because we want some of those blueberries to be shown after we bake. And then we're just going to throw that into the oven, which is set at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. And then we're just going to let that sit for about 30 to 40 minutes or until it appears to be golden. While that's cooking, we're going to get a good start on the glaze, which is going to consist of sugar, vanilla, and some milk. We're going to add the sugar and then the vanilla together, and then 1 tablespoon at a time, start adding the milk as you keep stirring it together until you get the consistency that you want. Once the glaze is the texture that you like, we're going to take out the blueberry bars and we're going to place the glaze on top. Once we add the glaze to the top of the bars, we're going to put it in the refrigerator just so that the dough doesn't get soggy or anything like that. And now you have blueberry baked bars.